All right, everybody, coming to you live from 316 Gimmick Street. It's the Triple Threat Podcast. I'm coming to you from Vancouver, BC. And we're going to open up a can of audio whoop-ass on you tonight. Hope you took your alpha brain. We're ready to go. I'm Will Vaughn.
I'm Matt Vaughn.
And I am Alex Vaughn.
And that was Stone Cold Steve Austin doing our intro. He's in town shooting a movie. And I was glad he could come by. Thanks, Steve. Oh, hell, son. You're welcome. All right.
Great.
He's nice. He's a nice guy, actually.
Thanks.
So glad he could join
Thank you,
us.
Steven.
Yeah. So,
Mr. Steven Stone Cold. Appreciate it.
thanks, Mr. Steven. Yeah, how's the week, boys?
It is good. My last week of work coming up this week.
Yeah, you are retiring. Is that correct?
I am retiring.
Yeah.
That's right.
Congratulations,
25
man.
years young, retirement.
Yeah.
Feels
I'm
good.
Looking forward to it. Pretty excited. Went to a wedding last night. Yelled a lot, so it was good.
Like in protest or in celebration?
It was in celebration.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were like picketing it or what. But that's good.
I was holding a God hates marriage sign outside of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Is that true? Is that a thing?
God dang.
Actually, they got married to the church I work at, so
So they had to invite you. They were obligated.
they weren't, but they were very
It was
nice.
a pity invite. That's okay. I get those all the time to different things.
All the staff gets free
That's
cake.
pretty much the only invite I get are pity invites.
Well, that's a pity.
Yeah, you know. It's a darn shame.
It's way she goes, boys. Way she goes.
Yeah.
Alex, anybody get married in your life?
No, not soon, but in a couple months, yeah.
Couple months. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's exciting.
So I have one wedding on the docket this summer, which actually on the low end of recently. So
Yeah, you've had quite a streak.
yes, I have. So just one this year, and it's kind of more of a very cash. Gonna be real cash.
Just wear a T-shirt with a tuxedo print on the front.
Yeah, exactly, or something like that. Maybe some cut-off jean shorts.
Yeah,
Which is actually what I wore to several weddings already, even ones that had a dress code. But
Yeah, at Matt's wedding last year, I thought that was a bold choice.
actually, no weddings really have a dress code in the sense that it specifically states what you have to wear on it.
In my wedding, it will be. Everybody has to
Okay.
wear all white.
Oh.
It's gonna be
I thought you were gonna say tuxedos.
Tux Speedos. Is that is that a thing?
Yeah, it's like the all of the dressiness of a tuxedo and just the small square footage of a speedo.
The banana hugging comfort of a Speedo.
Yeah.
Where do you put the boutonniere?
Well,
Ugh.
it is a wedding, so
Please don't pin that on me. Thank you. I'll take care of that.
Ugh.
That is great. Thank you so much for your help.
Alex, you were just in the falls, weren't you?
I was just in the falls for a second time, yeah. So
Have you dried off yet?
I dried off, yeah. They're for business, so there wasn't much time to see and once you've seen them once, it's really like I'd be surprised if people go back to Niagara Falls a second time after you've been there once. There's really nothing else to see or do.
Other than the fact that it's there, you've seen it.
Yeah, that you saw it.
It's seen, and then you leave.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, Marineland's there, and there are a lot of touristy things to do, and there's a whole, there's vineyard stuff and things like that, which we didn't get a chance to do. But yeah, it's a lovely town. There's nothing wrong with it. There's just not that much to do once you've seen the sights. The site.
I understand that everybody loves Marineland. Is that true?
Yeah. I saw a friend I missed, and I got a great big kiss, which was nice. And I checked out Friendship Cove. That was nice. So yeah.
That's perfect.
And
Did you go to
I
the
knew what
Falls
to
of
say
Casino?
when I left there that day. I said everyone loves Marineland.
Everyone loves Marineland.
So. Yeah.
Did you ride the pile driver?
No, the pile driver is not operational like the Death Star in Return of the Jedi. So.
Well, but the laser still worked.
Yes, true. Yeah,
Right.
there was no laser on the pile driver. But yeah, I was trying to figure out what it was for the longest time. I was like, that's a drop tower that no one is using. And then we were eating at a spot on the same street, and I could see the the old WWE Niagara Falls sign with just the WWE logo kind of scratched off, but very much tan lined in, I guess.
Yeah.
So they
So
they
like
left it up.
Yeah, this is
They left it up, and the big pile driver thing is up, and it still says
That's
pile
crazy.
driver on it.
So what
it
the
was
heck,
actually.
What was WWE Niagara Falls? Was it just like a restaurant or a store or
Well, I
what?
think it was a restaurant. I think it was kind of like WWE
New York.
Times Square or New York or whatever
Yeah.
it was. So just kind of a restaurant type sports bar, I guess.
It's
and
basically
very
their
much
version,
themed.
their version
Planet
of
Hollywood, I would
or
say.
the Hard Rock Cafe. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was a Planet Hollywood in Niagara Falls, which I didn't know
of
still
course.
existed, and a Hard Rock Cafe. So
Yeah, Hard Rock Cafes do a little bit better. The problem with Planet Hollywood is that they expanded way too much. They spread their reach way too far.
yeah, and actually, Planet Hollywood I think still has a spot in Vegas too. A whole get up there. So I think those are the few that have survived. So
They didn't have a Planet Hollywood in Hollywood, as far as I could have seen.
That kind
No.
of makes sense.
Yeah,
which
I think it's just called Hollywood.
Or Planet. It should just be called Planet.
Just Planet right here.
well, nothing should just be called planet because that's just kind of a general term for a celestial body, is it not?
Well, so is Earth.
But Earth is specific, is it not?
It is specific, but we also
Yeah,
call
to our
dirt.
planet.
We call dirt Earth.
Yeah, okay. I see.
You
what
can't
you're
say that's the Mars Earth over there.
saying.
Yeah,
No, you can't. So Earth is specific to Earth. Only soil on Earth is called Earth. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Ooh,
Yeah, that'd be
gosh.
weird if they got
Let me
Martian
not
Earth
make a
soil.
statement in any direction here and just save myself further embarrassment.
But what if they flip like over a rock on Mars and they find something? Wouldn't they have to say they unearthed it?
Ooh, I like that.
See?
That's an excellent question.
That's a good
Ooh.
question.
Yeah, covered it.
Man, that's interesting. Do you guys think do you think
Reveal.
men will walk on Mars in our lifetime, or my lifetime? If you're kind of pessimistic, there, Will.
Wow.
Oh
Wow.
my God!
Wow.
Yeah. There is that.
Wow.
There's a 4-year difference there. So when I'm 100, you'll be a spry 96. So
Still
I think
have
in your 97th year, that's when man will walk on Mars. I don't know. I don't know. It's they're gonna have to come up with. I know that like years ago they came up with this ship. It's like, well, it's a ship, and it is propelled by nuclear blasts.
Oh,
So-
boy.
So just explode a bunch of like nuclear blasts and just goes broom broom broom.
That does not seem safe.
I don't think I would sign up for that mission. But the problem is Mars takes so bloody long to get to. You know. It
Oh my
takes,
God!
like-
Tell me about it. And the traffic. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
geez.
Well, the
I'm
traffic's
not
not
going
a
there
problem.
on a Saturday. Like, there's no way.
It's just the infrastructure. There's no highway system in place, so you got to take the local roads, and
Ugh.
that takes forever. Yeah,
Yeah,
You
it was.
can't
It's no
get
place to raise your
directions.
kids
They're not
either.
helpful on the way there.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's
Like
no
you're
gas
speaking a
station for
different
like
language.
80,000 million trillion miles, however long it is to Mars. I know it's
I
93
don't know who
million
designed
miles to
that,
the sun
They
from Earth.
messed up real bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see the benefit to putting a man on Mars. I'm gonna throw that one out there because the moon at least was attainable, and it was a race between America and Russia to show the world who's the greater superpower, right? Because it's during the Cold War, so there's like, all right, whoever's the first guy to put a man on the moon. Like the Russians were the first country to put a man in orbit, I believe. And then the U.S. wanted to begin, like, they had to be the first people to put a man on the moon. It was part of Kennedy's, like, platform, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
He mentioned it the first time. That's right.
He mentioned it. Oh, and also, I will put a man on the moon. Anyway.
That's not far off. I mean, yeah, it's shortly anyway.
But, Mars, I mean, I can't see Obama be like, all right, we're going to Mars.
Well, I mean, yeah. The only thing that's going to happen with that is it's going to be, I don't know, potentially privatized if they can find something like that, like be like an Elon
right.
Musk type business that gets there rather than a government body, I believe.
Right. He's an
In my
interesting figure,
opinion.
eh?
Pardon me?
Elon
He's an interesting
Musk.
figure.
Everyone's talking about Elon Musk. I haven't seen the guy.
I'm a
Yeah.
big. You haven't seen Elon Musk? He's a good guy, good cat.
Well, I know there's
Inventor of Tesla cars.
there is a Tesla dealership on Robson Street here.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
cool.
not. That seems like a place to have it.
I-
As the price
I-
went out, it's out of my price range currently, but I'm very, very curious.
Yeah, I definitely covet Tesla Model S's.
Yes.
My goal in life is to have the funds to purchase one.
Well, hopefully
It's
your
just a
goal matches
car.
their goal, which is to actually make them attainable for people like us who have that goal, but not the funds. So I think they're
Right.
going to try and make them cheaper. And actually, good reason to talk about Tesla is they just got rid of all their patents. They had a ton of patents related to their vehicles, and now they are all open source. So anyone can use their patents at any time.
Yeah, that's a big deal, man.
That's a huge move. Now,
Imagine no other company would do that. Like, it's,
well, I mean, it's not a totally unselfish move. Sorry, if you read the internets, which I did, and listen to what strangers have to say. But yeah,
what do they say about it? That's
well,
what,
it just
like,
helps.
good PR.
It much more helps their business plan to help propel the whole electric car thing, rather than just having to do it yourself.
Oh, that's fair.
It's like,
Get
you
other
guys are
people to do
kind
it,
of
too.
slow at this, so here, let me open this up, and then we can all get this, and then we all benefit. So, I still think it's the right thing to do, and you're right, no other company would do that. So, I think that's a pessimistic. I try to be optimistic about it, but we'll see.
That's a better place to be. I think we'll sooner see, electric cars on solar freaking roadways sooner than we'll see a man
That
on
had a
Mars.
lot of that's one of those things, one of those many things that appear on the internet, and people are really excited about it, and then like 2 days later,
We all forget about it. That's why it's called viral.
the other side comes up, and they're like, "Oh, this is totally not viable," and why would you do
this will
this?"
never
and things
happen.
like that.
I don't. Yeah, I can't see that happening.
It's a law of physics. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So as
That's
many
true.
people are excited about it, other people are angered and pessimistic about it. So we'll see.
This is a very educational podcast.
Well, educational in the sense that please don't listen to a word I have to say because I know nothing. But yeah, if you want to take the words we're saying and then read up and actually become studious on things, or if you understand it better than I do, which there's a high chance of that, then check it out.
Yeah.
I can be your window to the information, and then you have to decide what you're going to do with it because I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, you got all that Tesla stuff right in terms of what they did. So, you're a reputable news source.
Well, yeah, I inhaled the information, spit it out. So, I mean, that's good.
Well, we got
Good
the
on
Tesla
me.
test coming next week. We'll do the Tesla quiz.
Yes, exactly. So,
Oh, I
actually,
was
the guy
hoping you
who
were
writes
saying-
the oatmeal is a huge. If you guys don't know the oatmeal, it's an online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a huge Tesla fan. And then they had this thing where Tesla's old compound was going to be, the land was going to be sold for whatever commercialized so-and-sos. And so they actually put together a Kickstarter account to be able to buy the land, and their intention is to put a Tesla museum on there. And then he contacted Elon Musk, and Elon Musk looks like he's going to help out in some way because
Oh, wow.
Tesla has no affiliation with Tesla himself. It's just
Right.
has to do with the alternating current that they use in their battery.
And also the Tesla coils from Command and Conquer. Those are really good things to put up around your base. That's the
Totally.
first place. Hey, man, it's a video game. It's the first place I learned about Tesla. Just like how I learned all about U.S. and international geography from the game Mario is Missing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
which
wow.
our folks bought us in the hopes that it was just I think maybe they did know it was an educational game. Oh, that's how they got us.
I
My
still really enjoyed that
geography
game.
knowledge, of course, like everyone else my age, comes from Where in the World is Carmen San Diego.
That's true.
Yeah, which was a great show.
Once you get the loot, the warrant, and the crook, that game would drive you nuts when they've got to like label the countries, and the kids would like run around with like the little poles with an alarm with a siren on top. They'd
Yes,
put it
yes,
down and be
yes.
like.
There's always that like physical thing. I gotta make them run around too.
There was one game, I think it was called Nick Arcade, where I don't know if it was like quizzes or something else, or you play like video game challenges throughout, and then
Yes.
at the very end they put you in a video game, and you have to like run around, and nobody won it. It was like one screen of a video game, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It was like, wow, they're actually in the video game. That's so cool. It's just a kid on a green screen with a bunch of
Yeah,
like,
I would love
crazy
to see
crap
how that looks
getting thrown
now.
at them.
Like if you go back and YouTube it and see how terrible it looks.
Yeah, most things. It's interesting. You see, like, it's like, you remember that ad from 15 years ago? You remember that show? You remember that something? And you watch it now, and
No, it's
not only not only does like nostalgia put it in such a beautiful light in your brain, but the quality of just the video is awful.
Horrific.
It's very bad. I highly recommend, if you loved something back in the day, never watch it.
Don't ever go back and revisit it. That happened with me in Good Burger. I tried to watch it when I was like 18, and I was like, this is absolutely unwatchable. So
yeah, because it's not made for 18-year-olds. It's made for you when you were, 16.
When I was like 9 or 10. I don't remember when it came out. But
yeah.
Did you guys see the trailer for Dumb and Dumber 2, which would be relevant to this?
I did, yes.
I did as well, yes.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
I laughed.
I will
laughed.
see the movie, so I did laugh at a couple parts. So the beginning was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, I enjoyed that.
It fits the thing to a T. So there's some parts where I'm like, it's a little over the top. I just hope for the subtleties that the first Dumb and Dumber had, which it really did. Even though it was an over the top movie, it had a lot of subtle jokes.
Yeah, it had just a lot of jokes. Period.
Yes, exactly. So,
and the subtle ones are the ones we notice now upon our 97th and 98th viewing.
Yeah.
Those are the things we notice. I think we all agree we're going to watch it regardless of
which I wouldn't have said entirely just based off the fact they were making a new one. Just off saying it, I guess I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm watching it. I don't care what it looks like. But watching the trailer, I was like, you know what? This looks like I could enjoy it, so I'll be checking it out.
Well, it's just refreshing to see them. Refreshing. It's just reassuring to see them back in character. It's not refreshing at all. It's just rehashing.
Oh, good stuff.
The opposite
see
of
them in character.
Refreshing. But it's good to see them, in those characters again. Especially both of them, but especially Jeff Daniels, who's he's a tremendous actor. Period, and he's always been a very good winner. Yeah, he's always been a tremendous dramatic actor, too, even when he did the first Dumb and Dumber. I would like to know how he got cast or who they had possibly in mind for him.
Mm-hmm. That was definitely the first movie I saw him in, so to see him in other things, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, wait, what? He's serious? And the chemistry the two of them had in the original together was great. But that's a movie that... nostalgically will always be it holds up for us, even when we did watch it when we were like
up. It is not like Good Burger in any way.
Yeah, we did watch it when we were like 9 and 10 years old. That's when it came out, and it you really tickled the little kids in us, all the over the top stuff. And then as we got older,
on fire.
And then as we got I'm almost 30. I'm still laughing at that. And then as we got older, we found those subtle jokes and started to appreciate those too. So it's I'll
try not to just spend the rest of this podcast quoting that movie.
It's so hard. You find like fans of that movie and they just go back and forth, and everybody knows it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Every boy who grew up in the 90s knows that movie so well. And so, 20th anniversary of Dumb and Dumber, I guess we get a new one that I think Jim walked off the set of when he was. There was that story that came out a little while ago.
Yeah, well, there was the whole. I don't know.
What's that about?
Just I think he just didn't like the way the movie was going or what was happening, so he's like, "Yeah, it sucks. I'm out." I think he's there.
Jenny McCarthy was in his ear. She's like, "You have to mention."
Oh, is she the Yoko to his?
Yeah, she
Lennon?
was. Now she's engaged to Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, Donnie.
Yeah.
It's a trap. It's a trap, Donnie.
Anyway, I don't know entirely what happened there, but
Mark would never make that mistake.
Weird coupling.
Yeah, Jenny will marry you for sure. Oh yeah. No.
I think it's a transformer.
Your Stone Cold Steve Austin impression, is pretty spot on, and Mark Wahlberg, definite room for improvement.
I think I just found a transformer.
Have you seen the when Jimmy Fallon remakes trailers, but he just makes everyone sound like Pee Wee Herman? I
have seen that.
It's only for like 30 seconds, but
I have seen that before.
It makes me laugh. Speaking of trailers, and I just want to mention this while we're still on the topic of trailers, while completely changing the topic. Have you guys seen the trailer for the new movie Birdman?
I have not.
Well, Michael Keaton please check it out.
Yes, actually, no.
Please check it out.
What is the synopsis in about?
The synopsis? Give me a second.
It's
an Alejandro González Iñárritu film, and has Michael Keaton and Edward Norton. And the plot: an actor, Keaton, famous for portraying an iconic superhero, struggles to mount a Broadway play. In the days leading up to opening night, he battles his ego and attempts to recover his family, his career, and himself. What you have to see is the trailer, because that does it no justice whatsoever.
Still sounds pretty awesome.
It is, yeah.
He's obviously a famous actor known for doing a superhero.
Yes, and then he's got mental problems, man.
Who's in it? It's Keaton,
Michael
and
Keaton, Emma
Norton.
Stone, Edward Norton, Zach Galifianakis, Naomi Watts, Amy Ryan. So it's a pretty good
Wow,
cast.
that's a really good cast. Yeah.
It's a comedy.
Riseborough. Yeah, I would say a very dark comedy, but yeah, it's a comedy.
Yeah,
anyway, it's kind of teaser trailerish. You don't get a whole lot of information. It's about a minute and a half long.
It's a good
but
length.
It looks incredible. So
nice short trailer that doesn't show you everything. That's refreshing.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, anyone knows anything about like Alejandro? I can't pronounce his last name.
Well, what else has he directed?
Ameros Perros, 21 Grams, Babel, Beautiful, which starred Javier Bardem. So it's very, very kind of a
very heavy,
a departure. Yeah, very heavy-handed films and things like that. But
it's heavy flicks, man.
This looks like a departure. I've seen a couple of those. Yeah. So anyway, please check it out after this. And I was hoping you guys had seen it, but it looks really good. It's piqued my curiosity for sure.
Yeah. How about that? I watched a very entertaining film the other day, starring our boy Tom Cruise, friend of the show, Edge of Tomorrow, which unfortunately came out to very little fanfare at the box office. Got beaten by a couple of kids. But yeah, I was impressed. I mean, I won't say I was surprised, because I saw the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes are pretty high. The tomato meter gave it like 92 or 93.
Yeah, no, it had good
like
reviews from the get go. So,
and that's also a trailer that kind of, you think it shows you too much, but it really it doesn't. And what I'll say about
the trailer does not look good.
I didn't want to see it before I heard any of the reviews.
Exactly, same. Like, the trailer did not make me want to see that movie, but the reviews did.
Yeah, but once you really once the movie really buys into the concept, and so do you as an audience, then it works so well. It makes it such an interesting action sci-fi movie that you haven't really seen before. I mean, it obviously borrows lots of elements from lots of other sci-fi, as all sci-fi does.
Yeah, source codey in a way.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a movie I haven't seen. But what I will
then that takes it from Groundhog Day. So
yeah, exactly. And that takes it from Help. I'm Stuck in the Fourth Grade. Remember those books? I read the heck out of those books.
I remember like Help. I'm trapped in my high school gym teacher's body. Or
yeah, and there's one who's like trapped in his dog's body.
Principles. But Help. I'm trapped in the fourth grade. Is that?
It's the same series. Yeah, it's from the same.
I remember Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume.
What about Gordon Corman?
Gordon Corman.
Oh, was that? There's something fishy going on at McDonald
Hall.
Yeah,
this can't be happening at McDonald Hall. McDonald Hall goes Hollywood. I read all Gordon Corman books.
Yeah, you love that stuff.
I did, yeah. Bruno and Boots, man. They were killing it. And then there's The Fish, Mr. Sturgeon, and yeah.
Wow.
Good Canadian kid. He's from Ontario.
Didn't he write them at like an absurdly young age?
Yeah, this can't be happening at McDonald Hall. I'm pretty sure he wrote when he was like 13. So,
God, man.
Yeah. Let me look that up, actually. Gordon Corman. Good Canadian boy.
Good for him. Yeah, it's a good kid. Yes, my review of Edge of Tomorrow in a nutshell, it's the best video game movie not based on a video game.
Okay.
That's what it will say.
That's
it really made me want to play, something. I mean, it also looks a lot like, Gears of War or Killzone or like basically any of those shooter games. It's very similar to that.
Any futuristic war game,
which is a lot of them.
Yeah. This week I saw, and this is not a new release by any stretch of the imagination, but I saw the Ashton Kutcher led Jobs movie, the movie about Steve Jobs.
Yeah, how was that?
Why would you do that to yourself?
Excellent question. I wanted to see with a friend of the show, Mason Normand.
Friend
of the show. Yeah, loyal listener. He's devoted, and he's probably fist pumping in his SUV right now. Anyway, so
hands at 10 and 2, buddy.
Right, and so we're big fans of Apple, kind of Apple fanboys. There the Worldwide Developers Conference keynote was, I think, 2 weeks ago from the Monday this comes out. And I went to his place to watch it, and it was all very exciting. And so we've been meaning to watch this Jobs movie that we are pretty sure is pretty bad for a while. Mm-hmm. So we decided to check it out, and it started really slow, and then it was kind of all right. But there was no, like, first off, they cast everyone just from their looks, which is never smart. Like, everyone looked exactly like who they're supposed to be.
Yeah, the Wozniak guy, what's his name?
Josh Gad?
No. Was it Josh Gad? Oh, maybe it was. I thought it was the other guy. But okay, Josh Gad.
So they all looked right.
Yeah.
But a lot of their, like, especially Ashton Kutcher's like acting was more like an impression of Steve Jobs, and so like he had like a really odd walk that kind of took away from it. And then in the end, like the movie was just a series of events that didn't have any sort of interesting narrative at all. It's just like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and it ends right as he announced. Like at the beginning, it starts kind of in media res, so he is announcing the iPod. And then the end is just him coming back to Apple. So you never get anything interesting for like the iPhone, the iPad.
Well, it's all about building, I guess, building Apple.
Yeah, but it was just
himself.
like, but you like essentially in that process, it's not as interesting a movie because the things that you're really excited about, the products that you associate with Apple, you don't even see.
I was most excited about OS X Snow Leopard. Did they mention that? Did they mention Snow Leopard?
Yeah, they should have brought us. That's right, Snow Leopard.
Well, there's another biopic coming out, is there not?
Yeah, but it was so originally it was supposed to be written by Aaron Sorkin and directed by David Fincher. So I was like, okay,
like so that's like Social Network 2.0, basically.
Exactly. And then I heard it was supposed to be. It was only going to be. It's going to take place before 3 keynotes. So like the original Mac one, original iPhone one, and then another one or something like that. And so I was like, okay, that's kind of an interesting thing. I don't know if I would like that as much. And then I think it kind of all went to hell. Like I don't know if Sorkin's right. I don't think Fincher's on it anymore. And I don't think that and I'm pretty I don't know if Sorkin's writing it still.
No. See, I thought he was. I was under the impression that he was. I think he still is. And it's based off the Isaacson biography.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the movie I watched is based off the Steve Jobs Wikipedia page.
Okay.
And then
that's never a compliment.
No, I don't mean it as a compliment either. So that's good. Did you guys read the biography?
Yeah,
I have not.
Yeah, it's good. I actually really enjoyed it.
He's not even So I just on IMDb, he's not even like in production or announced or anything like that for the Jobs book, so we'll see, or Jobs screenplay, so we'll see if anything happens with that. I heard he was, and then wasn't, and then was again, and I didn't know he again wasn't after the first wasn't, and then the was.
Yep,
makes sense to me. It's in what they call development purgatory. Yeah,
what I see here, just Googling it, it says from IGN, April 23rd, 2014. Sorkin, Steve Jobs' film is not a biopic, shoots this fall, so we'll see.
Okay, then he must be still on it. I know that Fincher's not, though.
Yeah, well, Fincher will attach himself and drop out of things very quickly. I find.
It gets my hopes up, though.
Yeah, he gets attached to a lot of things, and it's kind of like, I got this other thing.
Maybe he will get attached to the book whose title I'm forgetting again about the 1893 World's Fair, Devil in the White City. Maybe he'll get attached to that with Leo DiCaprio.
Right.
Fincher and DiCaprio, have they teamed up before?
No.
Probably no. Maybe Scorsese will do Devil in the White City.
Yeah.
That sounds like something he would do.
We need a 3.5 hour version of that with Rolling Stones throughout.
Oh. Now everybody's intrigued.
So, Will, what? I'm still confused by that book, the 4th grade book. What's that called?
To help, I'm trapped in the... Oh, maybe it's not. I'm trapped in the first day of school.
There you go. You go. Todd Strasser.
Todd Strasser?
Yeah, he wrote all those. He wrote 17...
Help, I'm trapped in the blank books.
Yeah.
I also remember My Teacher is an Alien. Remember that? With the cover
of an alien.
A teacher like pulling off its face and it's a green alien underneath.
Right. Yeah, I remember this.
I'm going to keep Googling all these things.
I think R.L. Stein is coming out with like remastered Goosebumps books as well.
remastered?
Or like, I don't know if remastered.
So he cleaned up the audio and he cleaned up the frame.
Cleaned up the
made it look
digital.
nice.
He added a lot of CG characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So So those ones are Bruce Colville. So my teacher's
Bruce
an
Colville.
alien. My teacher
Yeah.
fried my brains.
Yeah.
Then I was a 6th grade alien.
Yeah.
And different things like that. Space Threat.
If your
Aliens
teacher
ate my
fried your
homework.
brains, can you really do anything about it at that
Well,
point?
I mean, can you even really write a book about it in the third person?
I mean, are you even able to recant the tale? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
Boy.
saying.
Did not learn my lesson. In sports, congratulations to the 2014 Stanley Cup winners, the LA
The
Kings,
Winnipeg Jets.
who won in 5 games, just like Alex predicted.
Yeah, I actually did predict that. I
Well,
thought
you
that,
did.
and you were incredulous at that prediction.
I was. This is where,
were.
if we had really good editing, we could go back and listen to that part. Yeah. Yeah, I think they'll win in 7.
I think they'll win in 5 games.
What? Wow.
And see, there we go. Wow,
That was whew, what a trip.
Patting myself on the back right now.
Well, pat Mike Myers in the back, for goodness sake.
No, for my
He has
editing.
nothing to do with what we just did, other than the sound effect.
Yeah. If it wasn't for him, we'd have no way to sashay into that flashback. So the LA
Wait a
Kings,
second.
the LA Kings win the Stanley Cup in 5 games. 5 games. Actually, it was more like 6 because they played a couple overtime periods. So I was
They
technically
played, a lot of overtime periods. But no, that all counts. It wasn't game, okay, well, this is game 5.4 or whatever.
Yeah, but I tell you, man, there's nothing more exciting in sports than winning a championship in overtime, and there's also nothing more exciting than winning a championship in double overtime, and there's also nothing more exciting than winning a championship double overtime at home.
Well,
I'll edit all that out.
so many fallacies about what you just said, because you said there's nothing more exciting, and then you named more exciting things.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing more exciting except for this, and except for this,
Oh, okay.
and then there's nothing more exciting than winning the Stanley Cup, and then you find a Snickers inside, and there's nothing more exciting than that, like Snickers in like the bowl or something.
Stickers or Snickers? I can't.
Snickers,
I heard stickers too.
Can
so
you
I
use
was
it
like,
in
why would
context?
that be
Because you keep
exciting?
saying it.
Snickers. Hungry?
Snickers,
Grab a
the
Snickers.
chocolate bar.
Okay.
If you're hungry, grab a Snickers.
Grab some stickers. That's
Grab
not
some
going to help.
stickers. But congratulations to Alec Martinez, whose name
Yeah.
will live in infamy.
Just like Uwe Krupps.
Uwe Krupp, my go-to.
That's
It was
always
my
my
go-to.
go-to for random Stanley Cup winning goal scorers.
Now was that in triple overtime? I remember that game.
It
Went
was
on
Yeah,
very,
it was.
yeah, it was
for
very
a
long.
couple days. It was like Quidditch. They couldn't. Nobody could catch the snitch.
Quidditch is so stupid.
What?
What? Just
Quidditch is
catch
dumb.
all on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at the sport at all, reading the books or watching the movies, as Alex seems to think that's all you do. It's
What I'm saying
Stupid.
is,
Stupid.
don't spoil a movie that hasn't been out yet, even though it's based on a novel that's already been out.
yeah. Anyway, so it reminds me of what happens in the unreleased Harry Potter book, where in Quidditch. You're not gonna stop me? All right, fine.
The unreleased Harry Potter book?
I was gonna spoil it.
There's
Yeah,
an unreleased Harry Potter book?
No, that was a joke.
Quidditch was a dumb sport, but it's invented by wizards who do all manner of dumb things.
Well, I mean, it's
Other
it's,
they just
it's invented by invented wizards.
That's true.
That's a good point.
not
It's invented
trying
by
to-
a lady in England who wrote a
Well,
book.
what's wrong with ladies?
Nothing. I'm just saying it's invented by an individual.
I thought you were-
Don't
Whoa,
try
it's
Anchor
Why
that.
is
man,
Scott supplying
not
she's a lady?
anchor lady.
Don't. No, I'm not trying to make it a she said kind of thing. I don't want to get into that.
Are you saying that women talk too much? Is that it? 'Cause you said she said she said.
Are you saying you shouldn't read novels written by
Look.
women?
Look, I have no way to get myself out of this because this is like a political debate, and I just got sewered. You just I said nothing, and then you put everything in the listener's head to make them think I said all manner of
So dumb. I
unseemly
apologize for that, for bringing anything
Yeah, that's right.
approaching political into this.
Yeah, well, there you go. I stand by what I say.
Nation.
Uwe Krupp in was that 96?
Yeah,
I
and
think?
by the way, it was triple overtime.
And was that the last? Did they win that at home or on the road?
They won that on the road. The last team to win in overtime to clinch the Stanley Cup was the Islanders in 1980. Well, actually, it was the LA Kings in 2014, but until then, it was the Islanders in 1980.
You guys watching that game on CBC, by the way? And you saw what happened during the Cup presentation? CBC's
no.
feed just totally effed up, and they switched to NBC's, but like a broken version of NBC's feed.
Like them filming a TV, which was showing NBC's feed. Like when you try and look some up on YouTube, and it's just someone filming their television.
Yeah. Or someone filming their iPhone. I think it was more like that.
Ugh. Yeah, no, I didn't. By the time they scored, it was like 1:30 here, so I was just like, all right, see ya.
Yeah,
I didn't see the Cup part. I saw Williams get the Conn Smythe, and then it was bedtime.
Yeah, it's good for him, man. I was happy to see him get that.
Really good.
I like that if you're the best player in the Stanley Cup playoffs, you get a small model of where the Maple Leafs used to play.
Yeah, you do. With a
giant leaf
on top. Yeah,
it's Maple Leaf Gardens.
Or Gardens, yeah. It's the Halifax Forum.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Wouldn't.
Here's a cardboard box.
The dumpiest building in the province.
Well, you know what? We saw some great matches there. I think, did we not see a Vader Undertaker stretcher match, or am I thinking? Oh, Vader Psycho Sid stretcher match.
Sid stretcher match.
I'm gonna go see a wrestling show there actually in a couple of weeks.
Oh, is it TCW?
TCW, I want to. Yeah, Chris Saban's gonna be there. Sexton Phoenix. And the first ever lava match.
Lava match, yeah.
Wait a second.
So there's that.
So how the heck is this lava match going to work? Is it just like Community when they can't touch lava? Is that all it's going to be?
Oh my god, that would be terrible.
I think that isn't that almost exclusively what it could be?
I thought the ring would be surrounded by lava lamps.
Lava lamps?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy, that would be bad too. Can you imagine them coming, like everybody bringing they're bringing out like 30 lava lamps and just like finding wall sockets to plug it into? That'd be so sad.
I don't know.
Have to get like a crazy
it doesn't matter.
cord.
I'm super intrigued /
Well, how much are tickets? Like $15?
Advance is 20, and then at the door is like 35, but then there's a $4.50 charge. So some people could be paying $40, I think, for like front row seats.
But if you can't get front row seats, the TCW Lava Match show, we're giving away 2 free tickets here on the Triple Threat Podcast. You can call in the next 5 minutes and answer this question. Which Led Zeppelin album has a song Out of the Tiles? We'll give away 2 free tickets to Twin City Wrestling. Call us now.
That's number 3.
Wow, that's good. Alex just won the Led Zeppelin quiz.
Yeah.
And
was that actually correct?
Yeah, it's 100% correct.
Good for you, Alex. One of the better shots in the dark on this podcast.
There you
That's
go.
That's good, man. You had like a 1 in 8 chance to get that right, and you nailed it.
Well, when you think about it, yeah, I guess so.
You win the free tickets. I'm sorry, folks. The contest is now closed. Alex Vaughn, you win 2 tickets.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, could you just send me those tickets? Just mail them out to me, please?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Because if anybody won, you would have had to have bought the tickets because you're in town.
All right, so I'll just fax your receipt and you'll reimburse me. It's a tax thing for me, really.
Okay, it's a tax thing.
You offered a prize and then aren't going to follow through on it.
I don't have a fax machine. I had to fax something this week, and
go to Staples. I bet
I had to go to Staples, and use their little dealie and pay $1.11.
Yeah, no one has a fax machine.
No one has a fax
something
machine.
I fax from my office.
Yeah, and Matt, you probably have one in your office too, right?
It's true, yeah. But I mean, nothing you can fax. Like everything you can fax, you can just scan and email. Like there's no.
Well, yeah, I scan and send.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
signed my most recent lease using a Mac product to use my signature and everything like that, and fill everything out.
Really?
So yeah.
Was that in the Jobs movie? It's like you can fill out a form and send it with your signature.
That's a very good Ashton Kutcher Steve Jobs impression.
I was Steve Jobs.
That's a very good Taron Killam.
That's Taron Killam as
Ashton Kutcher.
I was Steve Jobs. What, for Halloween?
And actually, it's funny because that movie started with the iPod keynote where he had like gray hair and like a gray beard, but it was really bad. Like it was very poorly done, the beard and hair. So they only really showed him from far away. And then they never showed him that age again. And I think it was probably because they saw the dailies and they were like, this should be laughable. We can't do this.
Yeah, so we're just going to cut this last third of the script and just end right here.
And fill it in with Keyboard Cat. Well, it's a movie about a computer guy, so it would be appropriate. You just fill it with like top vines of 2013 or something.
He's like half an hour of just vines after that.
People would pay to see that. Half an hour of thousands of 5-second videos. Maybe not thousands. I'm bad with numbers.
5-second films is better than that.
That's true, yeah. But they've rose to prominence over the years. They have the support of Hollywood.
And Patton Oswalt is a fan.
Yeah, no, it's good for them. Good for them. I think Alex, you were correct last week when you were telling us the score of the Heat game. They didn't win
again, let's go over how right I've been lately. But yeah, I did say. But
that was a game that happened. You didn't have to predict it because it happened the night
before.
Oh, yes,
it already happened, right.
But you were off. The score was you actually a little off in both categories. I think you said LeBron would have 36 and he had 35, and they win by 10. They only won by 2.
Each basket were 2 points. How do you get an odd number? That's what I want to know. I don't know. I don't watch basketball.
Never seen it. Not a fan. Never seen it. Not planning to.
Yeah. But now, where are we at now? Well, with the basketball, I would like you to tell me where we're at with the basketball right now.
Well, congratulations to the 2014.
To the Heat for extending in another game. LeBron put up 32.
32. Okay.
Came up with 23 points.
Oh my gosh!
And was
slow down. I got to record all these.
102.96. Yeah. So you just don't. I mean, you could take my word for it. Don't bother checking the sports pages. And even though you probably already have, because this comes out usually after a newspaper's already been delivered. So
there you go.
And the game was last night, so maybe you stayed up to watch it. But you already know this then. You're agreeing, you're just nodding along with what I'm saying right now, saying, yes, that is correct. So,
in World Cup news, Spain is embarrassed by
Spain got embarrassed by the Netherlands, and one of the nicest goals I've ever seen was scored in that game.
One of the nicest goals anyone's ever seen. That was it's like a dolphin hitting a beach ball.
Yeah,
it was great.
It was very he had the flick going. So someone told me it was awkward, and I said, "Oh, not really." He kind of meant to do that, so it's kind of the dive and then the head snap, awkward. And then that flicked it on.
No, it wasn't awkward. It was a goal. That's all that matters.
Incredible. Just the ball in, like the cross that came in. Oh my God. The whole thing about it was ridiculous. And then Spain had just had a chance on the other end. So, I mean, the timing was great, especially because there's only about 2 minutes left in the half. But yeah, that's one of those. I mean, it's an upset, sort of. I mean, it was a match that it
was an upset in terms of the final score. I mean, it's not outrageous to think that the Netherlands would win.
But there's been basically 2 upsets so far, but they don't go the way normal upsets go. Costa Rica,
the other one? Costa Rica over Uruguay? Yeah.
3-1, so that was big. Cote d'Ivoire over Japan, that was kind of a pick'em game. So
yeah, what was the final score in that match?
2-1.
2-1 for Cote d'Ivoire.
So Japan was up for a long time. They scored in the 17th. Then Didier Drogba came on in the 60th and didn't have anything to do with the goal scored, but Cote d'Ivoire scored 2 kind of real quick, 62nd and 64th minute, and that was about it.
Japan's another team that wears blue, even though their flag is 2 colors that are not blue. I did see a scarf, too, at this Japanese restaurant that said, I can't remember what it said. It said Samurai something. It was
did you see the fans in the stands of that game?
Samurai blue. I did not.
Some had like very much like the white face paint and stuff like that, but it was starting to crack. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah. Football fans in general are an interesting
they're pretty
bunch.
intense. They're pretty intense. It's awesome watching right now when there's a South American team playing because the crowd is maniacal. It's crazy.
Well,
Like when Colombia played or Chile played or Uruguay played, like the fans just completely take over. The Chile-Australia game was insane on the national anthem. They turned it off halfway through and the fans were singing it.
Wow.
The rest of the way through. And they did the same thing for Brazil, but I actually missed that. So
They don't mess around down there, man.
No, they do not.
This is why Canada can't make it into the CONCACAF or whatever the Champions League there is.
And you know what? I remember, was it last week that we talked about Qatar and all the issues there?
Yeah.
Well, John Oliver brought that up too.
Right.
No, John Oliver did the Brazil one. E60 did the Well, I tweeted two things. I tweeted one which was about Brazil, and another one, and that was John Oliver, and then the E60, which was about Qatar.
John Oliver mentioned Qatar too, though.
Yeah.
How the temperature there is.
I guess.
The temperature there is so high. It's like 152 Fahrenheit. It's like that's like the NFL deciding to play the Super Bowl in a lake.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing I was going to say was apparently I saw a few days ago, it was reported by a reporter at ESPN that FIFA called up, I don't know who it would be. I guess it would be the head of American
Football,
soccer.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, so 2022, what do you guys think? And you got some stadiums that could play the World Cup there. So they're kind of making, they're making contingency plans to have the U.S. do it instead of Qatar, which makes sense. Like the idea, I hate this whole move. I don't know if it's a movement. I don't know if it's new even, but the whole idea that you get an Olympics or a World Cup and then you need to build, billions of dollars worth of infrastructure instead of putting it somewhere.
Go places where they already
exists.
have the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Like there is one in Brazil that cost $270 million to build. And
in Manaus, where England played Italy.
Yeah, and there's no soccer team there that can be used afterwards.
And it's being used
as John Oliver called it, a bird toilet.
A bird toilet. It's going to be used for 4 World Cup matches.
Yeah,
oh
and that's
God.
it.
4.
That is horrible.
They had to ship the supplies down the Amazon River, and they also couldn't get a load of fertilizer in time, which is
basically
crappy.
in the middle of the rainforest.
Yeah, it's the middle of the rainforest. There's nothing there. According to a friend of mine, also the state of Texas alone could host the World Cup because of the amount of football stadiums they have there.
Yeah,
that's kind of awesome.
That's not surprising.
Which is kind of awesome, yeah. And it's hot in the summertime, but it's not.
I'm sure like New York or
Celsius.
LA could do it too, right?
Well, okay. So what city hosted it? Because U.S. hosted in '94.
Well,
I
they don't
feel
have.
like they went
the
all
World
over.
Cup doesn't have host cities. Well, they have host nations, so it was all over.
I thought.
It was in
Okay, so I
Boston,
thought
it was in
it'd
New
be-
York. It was in LA.
Okay, so that's what I
Right.
thought. I thought
Yeah.
it was the country of the United States.
Exactly.
What do they play? The Rose Bowl, I guess.
I think
Probably
so.
not. Yeah.
I can't. I can't remember. I remember who won and how, but I can't remember who.
It was
who
Brazil in
hosted it.
kicks over Italy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
See, I won that. I won that quiz.
No, you didn't actually. You lost.
that quiz.
Victorious.
But,
Been good.
Are there any negative talk about these bazooka balls?
in
They like
what
it a
way?
lot better than the Jublani or whatever it was called. The one that I have.
Yeah.
Do you have a Jabulani?
Jab, I do. It was like I bought it for like $30. It's not authentic. It's not like the $150 ball.
No, because why would you spend $100?
And $50 on a ball you kick around
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
grass. I'm not a professional. I look like one, but I'm not. You'd be surprised. I do toss the ball to my keeper. So
How are they going to make the jerseys tighter for the 2018 ones? That's what
They could just paint them on.
Really, what I'm worried about. There's
Just
basically
roll
two
them
types
on.
of jerseys. There's the regular ones, and then the super ridiculously tight ones.
and the key to that, I think, is just water. You just got to water it onto yourself. Italy
Yes.
seems to have figured that out.
I think they're going to use body paint. That's going to be the next step. We're just
That
going
might
to
be
paint
it.
this on. And
They
like
could
a
do the
temporary
Olivia Newton-John in
tattoo
Grease
almost.
thing, where they just sew them into it.
Yeah. But then they got to don't they have to exchange their kits after the game or something?
Yeah,
Don't they,
well,
switch
not
up?
their kits, their jerseys. Here, man,
just
take
drop
my
their
shorts.
pants.
The
Take
underpants.
these shorts.
Take my underpants too.
Ice Cube.
This
Why
is
he that?
this is IFT.
Ice
Ice
tea.
tea. Shit.
You would take my entire kit. What's up? So you're telling me.
Yeah, T.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
You're a pedophile. You work in the sex crimes division.
What's interesting
John
too?
Mulaney, new in town. Everyone go see that immediately.
John Mulaney, friend of the show. What's interesting too in the World Cup, they do have the match stitched on it too.
Yes, and they did that in the Champions League as well. But I mean, that's just the final. But here, yeah, they do have them on there.
And Spain still has that patch that says "We won last time."
Yeah.
Suckers.
Yeah,
It says
yeah.
something like that.
Have you guys used the CBC FIFA app, which allows you to watch the games on your phone if you need to?
Oh, really?
Is it better than how they handle the Stanley Cup presentation?
It is better than that. I've been really impressed actually because they also have a bunch of camera angles, so you can watch a quote unquote tactical feed, which is just kind of like from above one of the keeper's nets, and you can see the whole field that way.
So it's like playing a video game, basically.
A little bit, but you can see obviously the TV, the televised display as well. So it's pretty good actually. I watched a little bit.
There's that NBC app that you can use to I think they have it to watch hockey, but also to watch football like on Sunday nights, and they always
Would it
have,
work
like,
in here in Canada?
I don't think it does because I've never heard of anybody trying it. I mean, if anybody would have tried it, would have been us. I think they have like you can use multiple angles and all this stuff, which sounds really cool. But yeah, I don't think we can get that, unfortunately. Just like the WWE Network.
Yeah, I mean, like the tactical cam, I don't have much use for.
It'd be kind of neat to watch. Like, I would watch a football game for two teams I don't care about that way. But if I
if it was like a Ravens game or
if it was a Ravens game, I'd just watch
game.
watch the game.
The actual stuff.
I tell you, like I would say,
show me the sports, please.
I've not been to an NFL game in person. I would definitely like to someday. But I will say that as far as presentation goes, NFL football on television, you can't get much better than that.
No, certainly not.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so
the issue now.
Good
is that it's hard to get fans into the stadium in some cases
because the HD looks so good,
and the
and you can
cheaper
like zoom
beers
in
at home and the cheaper snacks and the crowds and the parking and the.
I find the most expensive beer I can.
Yeah,
and I bring it home.
That's not that. I mean, yeah, it wasn't bad in Houston. They actually had one of the cheapest beer prices in the NFL.
That's impressive.
You go and check
they have
what
a terrible
the price is
football
for a
team.
12-ounce beer per which stadium.
It's like the worse your team is, the more expensive the beer gets.
They're only bad last year.
Yeah, they were only bad last year. They're good now, or were good the years before. They're not good now. I mean, if Ryan Fitzpatrick is your front runner for the starting job, I'm not really sure. You know what you're doing, but we'll see.
Well, Ryan's he had a string of a couple of okay games with the Bills.
He did, and Bill O'Brien played against him in those games, so he had an up close look. And there's really no one else who can take that job from him. Like, Tom Savage isn't going to get it. Case Keenum isn't going to get it. So what are you gonna do?
That's true.
When you have three second stringers competing, I mean, one's got to be the starter.
I just like to see the Ravens put a beating on them.
They're playing this year, aren't they?
I don't think they are. Oh no, they are in December, and I asked you about that.
Yeah, because I remember you said you gave me tickets.
December 21st, Ravens at Texans, live from Reliance Stadium in Houston.
Nice stadium too.
Good barn, good football barn.
It's good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Was it a good barn? When I went there, the team had lost 11 games straight, but
you also don't like that team. You were there to see the team.
Yeah, exactly. I remember
facing
standing
them,
up when the Pats scored, and everyone turned around and stared at me, and they were like, what an idiot.
What the hell you doing, boy? You in Houston now.
That's like one of the best ways
nice. Very nice people down there.
Nice people. Lovely people.
Everyone says Canadians are nice. I've been lots of places where the Americans
I was in Los Angeles,
nice, if not nicer.
Everybody in Los Angeles, very nice people.
Yeah, I know. Same with
nobody
Boston.
says that. Nobody says how nice they are.
I bet they mean like you go somewhere and because you're a tourist, you notice that people are nicer. It's just you just think that every day is bad where you are because you know some people are jerks.
I think it's just because we've been told our whole lives that like, oh, Canadians are super nice, and you're like, are we though?
No, we're
not. I kind of don't like that.
We're super passive. We're super passive aggressive.
Because people say like, "Oh, Canadians are so polite," and that just makes you sound like pushovers, and I hate that.
Yeah. So then they say you're polite. And you say, "What? Polite? This?" And you slap in the face.
Slap in the face. That's it.
I mean, I'm constantly slapping people in the face who call me polite.
Yeah. Just anybody anywhere.
Just doing what we can to get rid of that stereotype.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have something to build on. I mean. We got way too complacent at the top of the nicest scale, and I feel like we've gone down a few steps. So let's go down all the way and build it back up.
Let's hit the bottom floor and then build ourselves back up. Well, Craig Ferguson always says that Canadians are super nice people until you put a hockey stick in their hand and then they go freaking mental, which is true.
That's true of literally every country in their favorite sport, though.
Yeah, people, god dang, people die over football. Over soccer all the time. Well, I don't want to say all the time. Like it's a very common.
That's categorically incorrect.
Yeah,
right.
People die constantly. Well, that was true. People do die constantly.
Yeah,
people do die constantly.
People die of anything, really. People die. Well, living is the number one cause of death.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's a horrible way of looking at it.
Yeah,
it's incredibly pessimistic. No, I think some depressing. I think Bruce Colville came up with that or something.
Bruce Colville.
Gordon Corman?
Gordon Corman came up with that. Todd
Todd
Strasser.
Well, Gordon Corman came up with it when he was like 15, and he was starting to really get into those negative teenage years.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, he was 13. He's optimistic. Wrote a book or two, and then he started to kind of go off the deep end that way.
He went pretty emo.
Yeah,
he went pretty emo. All right.
Emo.
Should I real quick just rattle off this story about my leg?
I don't think I've ever heard you tell it first person, so I think we should. This is another edition of our not quite summer series of best stories. Last week, if you missed it, I told a story about how I was stabbed with a pen over Harry Potter spoilers, which was
multiple times, multiple stab wounds.
Multiple stab wounds. That's right.
So when we'll wrap the cast up with this won't take too long.
Sure.
So this was back in March of 2000, and to this day, I have this little pink scar on my knee, and I can tweet this out at William C. Vaughn on the Twitter. One day, just Friday morning, get ready for school, have a shower, and get out, start to gel my hair with my ample amount of dippity-doo, and that I would spike my hair up with. And, left thigh itching a little bit. So save myself time. I have both my hands involved in my sticky gel in my hair, and so I take my right ankle and basically figure forward onto my left thigh and scratch it, and the left knee buckles, and I fall down, and I'm like, oh, ow, that kind of hurt, because I've done it multiple times before in my knees. I remember playing hockey with Dad in the driveway, and we were just like shooting on the sideways garbage can. I would just like twist it. I would twist it all the time. I twist it a certain way and fall down. I twisted my right knee before in the church hall playing football against a girl, and I fell down, and my kneecap had slid off, and I had to slide it back in place. Ooh. Yeah, that was one of the toughest things I've done. But yeah, this thing buckled underneath me, and oh man, and I can't quite stand on it and put weight on it. And I'm like, Mom, I can't. I actually don't think I can go to school. Like, this is pretty bad. So Mom's like, all right, well, I'll call school and tell them. We'll go up to the doctor and have a look at it. So I'm like, okay. And in the meantime, it's swelling and swelling and swelling. So
really
we go
swelling,
up. Yeah. We go to our family doctor, and he's like, hey, how's it going? Okay. Yeah, comes in. All right. Let's see. Whoa. You need to go to the hospital, because that is the size of a grapefruit. I've never seen swelling like that. I'm like, thanks. So we end up going to...
What'd you do, fall in the bathroom? Yeah, actually I did. Very good guess.
What do you do, fall in the bathroom, gel in your hair, you idiot? Yes. You didn't have to throw that last part in. So we go to the Dartmouth General Hospital, and in Halifax, the Halifax Regional Municipality, there are, I would say,
not
two main
hospitals. Anymore.
What's it called? Well, back in the day it was. Well, okay,
yes.
Well, whatever.
Right.
So back in the day, there was the Dartmouth General Hospital, and there's the QE Hospital in the city of Halifax, and there still is. But I went to Dartmouth General, and we waited, an emergency for 12 and a half hours, it felt like. And we had this Irish nurse just wraps me up in what she calls a Robert Jones bandage, which went from my hip all the way down to my ankle. And that was just basically to stabilize the leg, because there's nothing really they could have done. And then we figured that I got to go to the IWK, which is the Children's Hospital, because I was still 15 at the time.
Right.
Yeah, it was 2000, so I was 15 at the time.
Well, even if you were 8, I think if you were 17, you'd still have to go.
I thought 16 was the cutoff age.
I thought it was 16 too.
Yeah, 16 is the cutoff age. So
when are you an adult?
Never. So we, went to the IWK, and I think they did X-rays on it there, and they're like, "Yeah, we did X-rays on it, and we've got to go in for surgery because you chipped a piece of your femur, was shaved off when you buckled and fell. So we got to go in. There's a bone chip in there that we got to go in and pull out." Okay, great. Never had surgery before in my entire life, right? So I'm like, great, and throughout all this, I've meanwhile been training to be part of the Canada Games rowing team for Nova Scotia, and I probably wouldn't have made the team anyway. But this really,
That's the spirit.
Yeah, I've come to realize in my life I'm not an athlete, so no to whatever it is I was about to say. I was not going to make the team. But this was a great excuse to be like, yeah, I hurt my leg, so I can't make the team. Anyway, so IWK, I'm in there for surgery. They bring me in and like, all right, so there's one of two ways we can knock you out here. We can use the gas, or we can just, put the injection in. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just do the gas, I guess. And like, okay, we're just going to inject you because we're going to put that in anyway. So, yeah, we'll just inject you. And I was like, okay, thanks for the option. So we go into the surgery room, and it was weird. It's like a very cold, weird environment. You're about to get put under, and they're going to slice you open. You're like, oh, weird. So they have this like milky white substance in a tube, basically, that they're going to inject in my arm. And looking at it, I thought, how is that going to knock me out? I don't understand. So he's like, count backwards from 10, and we'll start injecting this. And I said, okay. So count backwards from 10, and they were injecting it, and I've never felt anything go into a vein before, so that was a really weird feeling. Mm-hmm. And they're like, all right, so it's, here we go, 10, 9, and I was out. And I woke up in ICU because at the time I think they had too many people. They had to put people in ICU for whatever reason. So I woke up in ICU, very groggy. Nice. I felt really weird, for a little while after that. Couldn't keep my popsicles down. I was throwing up, and it was a nasty bit of business. I think they had to keep me in the hospital overnight just to see how I recovered from surgery. But what I woke up with was a cast from my hip all the way down to my ankle. Mm. And that thing, the stitches bled through.
Oh my gosh!
I bled through the cast. So it was like a big cast and like a little red, kind of turned out to be a black patch on my knee. So I wore that thing for about 4 weeks. 4 weeks of sitting in the back seat sideways. I know it was March break too, but I was up in Mom and Dad's room because I think that was easier than taking me up and downstairs. I really had a hard time going downstairs. Oh, I think I was in Mom and Dad's room because they brought the N64 up and they put it in their room.
Oh, you were there for like 8 weeks. It was.
Yeah, I played a lot of Pokemon Stadium.
Yes, you did.
Played a lot of Pokemon Stadium. It was 4 weeks or so of me just being carted around on crutches, all that kind of thing.
I had to help you dress.
Yeah, I wore snap pants like every day.
I
had like sponge patches. So I think I had to take like a sponge bath and that kind of thing. Yeah. And Mom, God bless her, she stayed in the hospital with me overnight. And I remember it's like they wanted me to go in this. I couldn't leave my bed to have a wee, and I couldn't go in the little like jug that they gave me. I was like, I can't pee in bed. Like I just can't. I've conditioned myself for years to not pee in bed. I can't do it. I just want to get up and go to the toilet. And they're like, no, you have to pee in this. The other option is we can put a catheter in. Oh boy. I was like, it's like the Dumb and Dumber 2 trailer.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
See, we're laughing. But yeah, eventually I pretty much filled that jug.
There you go.
Eventually, it was like 750 mils. I was like, wow, I didn't know I could pee that much. Because you never quantify it, right? Anyway, for 4 weeks, I'm in that cast, and finally I get out, and I think I'm going to be like off and running again. But there was another, I think, 8 weeks or so of me just kind of getting the feeling back in my leg, like I couldn't bend it all the way.
You were really off and running prior to the injury, so I don't know why you think that happened after.
I don't know. I thought they maybe put like some kind of chip in there. Yeah, exactly. And I just like boom, I'd be off.
Shorten your calves, which, if I'm correct, would make you be able to jump very high.
Which theoretically will increase your jumping height. So that is what happened. Very uninteresting story, but like a very embarrassing method of injury. It was kind of similar to how I hurt my shoulder this year. It's like, what were you doing? Well, I was working out and hurt myself. You want it to be a cool story, like, I got beat up by ninjas, and I beat 100 of them, but the 101st came and, kicked me in the back of the leg, and that's how I hurt myself. You want it to be a cool story like that, but really it's not. And now I have this little pink scar on my knee for the rest of my days to remind me not to stand on one leg after
you've never scratched your left thigh again, as far as I can tell. Is that correct?
It is on fire right now. It literally is on fire, and I'm not touching it. Even as I sit down, I will not touch it.
Impressive.
But there are a lot of this is why DDP Yoga, friend of the show, I enjoy doing those one leg poses because I'm like, it's like me overcoming that fear of standing on one leg. So There you go. Summer Story Series. I give mine a 2 out of 10.
Well, you forgot the biggest part, which is we were supposed to go to Oak Island and we couldn't because you ruined your friggin' leg.
Well, I feel like Will maybe left that out intentionally out of, I don't know, probably maybe feel guilty.
Yeah, but Mom and Dad told us that everybody went and they said it sucked.
Yeah,
so
I don't believe
saved
them.
us.
I still don't believe them.
I saved this family.
They were doing some pro-parenting, which is,
Yeah.
no, everybody
No
else
one
went,
had
no one
fun.
liked it. It was dumb.
Found the treasure. They found the Oak Island treasure.
It was in Cape Breton, wasn't it?
It was
No,
pizza for 3 meals a day.
Where, Oak Island?
No, I know Oak Island's not in Cape Breton, but I was pretty sure we were going to Cape Breton. Whatever, I was
I'm pretty sure we're
12?
going to
All
Oak
right.
I was
Island.
You know
11.
what?
I didn't know anything.
Okay, I'll tell you what, guys.
Yeah,
Matt,
go
when
ahead.
you get home in a couple of weeks, right? You go
Yes.
back to Halifax.
That's right.
You guys get in a car.
I've been there.
Drive to Oak Island. So you've been there. How was it?
That was crappy.
Yeah. You jerks. Snap. Well,
Now I have to think of a story for next week, and I don't have one, so here we go.
you could talk about.
You were a wrestler for a little while. I think that's interesting.
Oh, God. That's
Should we talk about our
Please
RCW
tell
and
that
everything we
story.
remember from RCW?
Yeah, we can do that.
I think that would be very, even for people who don't like wrestling, I think that we can spin a yarn about RCW and our time with them. That'll be very, very interesting.
Yeah,
All right,
there's
folks,
there's
we're gonna
period in my
spin a
life
couple
where
of
I wanted to be a
yarns.
professional wrestler.
People, stories from being down the road from back in the day. A couple old timers. You hear them?
You listen to
through
this
their
podcast way too much.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because it sounds basically exactly like he talks.
Do you hear him, like, when you is your internal monologue Stone Cold Steve Austin now?
It basically is. I
Oh.
feel like when I walk around, I feel like before I leave the apartment, glass shatters. Literally in some cases, and
I'm kind of peckish.
son.
I need to go eat something.
Yeah,
Do I still have eggs in the fridge?
yeah. I'm out of eggs. I'm out of
Yeah, I
options.
can't tell which one of you is doing the impressions.
God dang. No, it's a fun show. It's a fun show when I learned that Vader was born in Los Angeles. So there you go.
Oh,
Not really
that's
much of a
interesting.
thing to learn, is it?
I thought it was from Colorado.
Oh, his build.
And I had no thoughts on where Vader was from.
And I learned that Goldberg is from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Wait, so are you saying that Psycho Sid isn't from the outer reaches of your mind?
Actually, Steve was Steve did a lot of very dumb true and false questions on his show, and one of them was like something about like wrestlers from parts unknown are named that because they they don't know where they're from, or they have to like have a check like handed to them. They can't have it mailed to them because they're from parts unknown because nobody knows where they're from.
Oh,
Which obviously is not the case. Which I think is where the Ultimate Warrior is from, isn't he? Or he was from parts unknown.
where's from? Undertaker from Death Valley.
From Death Valley, even though he's from Texas.
I find it funny.
Well, they do that to like Jericho. They'd say he's from Winnipeg, and then when he was a heel, they'd say he's from
changed from
Florida. And
Manhattan,
I think they did
New
the
York.
same thing with Edge too. The first time he was in Toronto as a heel, they announced him as from Florida.
Yeah, and they made a point of doing that. Well, he turned heel because of SummerSlam 04, because he saw everybody, he was billed as the hometown guy, and that was obviously a very bizarre crowd in Toronto.
Yeah, they are.
They booed him.
Yeah,
And he's like, "All right, well, if you want to see me get booed, I'll give you something to boo about, basically." And he became one of the top heels in the company.
They did the reverse for Benoit when he was. I remember the first time they announced him as being from Atlanta, Georgia. I think was WrestleMania 20
Yeah, it was
when he won. So they wanted to kind of endear him to the U.S. crowd.
and we were all
I guess.
pretty
Like,
disappointed by that.
Like anyone cares.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's 6.5 dozen the other. I think that should do it for this week, right? We've gone too long.
That should cap the cast.
It's a cap cast. We've got we're like Monday Night Nitro. We got a little bit of overrun for our 1 hour of airtime, but that's okay. Ted Turner said it was fine.
No, that's good.
So check us out on Twitter. I'm at William C. Vaughn.
I'm at MP Vaughn.
I am at Evonics.
Check us out, iTunes, like, subscribe, download. We
Rate
appreciate
us.
it.
Give us your feedback.
Give us a rating, and if you like the show, tell a couple of buddies, and and help spread the word.
Or be selfish and keep us to yourself. Do whatever you want to do.
Well, I think it'd be better if it was spread.
Be selfish.
We're like the Beatles. It's getting better all the time.
Yes.
And take care of yourselves. Happy belated Father's Day to all the papas out there.
Our papa in particular.
Our papa in particular. He's on Twitter at. Well, he is.
I know,
but
but
he
it's
never
funny that you're
tweets
about to
anything.
drop it.
Well, from time to time. He's at. What is it? Cvon? Chvon? What the heck is Dad's? Oh man,
I have no clue.
this is the part we edit out.
Nope.
Nope, more work for me.
Dad's on Twitter. If you can find him, it's interesting.
Yeah, just check
If you
our
can
followers list and then look for a redheaded guy, and that's probably him.
There you go. All right. Take care of each other. And
Thanks, Alan.
Yeah, we'll catch you down the road.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.